single day. I'm gonna make something great.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Hope Base, a place where we share stories of people who have survived one form of abuse or another in order to encourage those who are going through similar situations to find hope and strength to overcome their challenges. If you are an abuse survivor and you want to share your story with us, feel free to write in. Our email address once again is thehopebase@gmail.com. And in case you can't write your story, you can always send a voice note. I'll leave a link below where you can send in your voice notes. My name is Oise God Center Bode. Before we go into the story for today, let's go for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Hello guys, before we go into the story for today, I want to do a quick history behind the Hope Base. Before I started this channel, I've been reading stories of people who have suffered one form of abuse or another. I've seen stories, I've seen situations, I've seen gory images of people who have been battered, especially by their husbands, children who have been abused sexually. And I became passionate about this topic because when people who have survived abuse tell their stories, it helps motivate people who are going through the challenges, who are going through the problems right now, to find hope, to find strength, because stories are powerful. A popular chapter in the scripture says, we overcame by their testimonies. When we hear the testimonies of people, we have this, there is this hope that is built up on our inside to know that if so and so can go through these challenges and come out successful, come out a survivor, then I too can come out of whatever challenges that I'm going through. And this was why, this channel was set up, because we know that by reading stories of other people, we can, challenge other people who are going through the similar challenges to end the silence, And I also know that there are people who are out there who are going through challenges and they want people, they want to know what solutions people can prefer to their challenges. And that is why today I'm not only going to be reading stories of people who have survived abuse. I'm also going to be reading stories of people who are currently going through abuse. So if you are currently going through abuse, one form of abuse or another, you can also write in. When we read your stories out, people out there who have survived similar situations can also write in, can also send in their comments. And, with their comments, you can, reading through your comments, you can actually find that answer that you have been looking for. Today we have a story from Denise. Denise wrote in from Kalagi. That's the Western Division of Gambia. Let's read her story, and if you have questions, if you have comments that you can, solutions that you can prefer to her challenge, feel free to send your comments, and I believe that she is going to see it and, know what to do about her current situation. Let's quickly read the story. Hello, my name is Denise. I'm from Kalagi, a town located in the Western Division of Gambia. I am married and I live in Banjul with my husband and 2 children. I wrote in because I am facing a serious challenge that I have never told anybody, and it is killing me on the inside. When I was 13, I was raped by my biological father. He was a pastor of a local church in my village, and my mother was a primary school teacher. The incident happened when my mom traveled for a course in Senegal. My father was unusually close to me that when I was a child, he liked bathing with me. I didn't suspect anything because he was a pastor, and not only that, he was also my father. That night, I was alone with him in the house. He just walked into my room while I was sleeping and tapped me. I woke up all of a sudden and he said, "I want you to tell me the truth. Have you given your virginity to anyone?" I was confused and sleepy at the same time. When he asked again, I just said no. Then he said, "Are you sure?" I told him that I'm too young to think of anything like that, and that besides, my mom advised me that my virginity is sacred and that I should keep it for the man that I will eventually get married to. Then he said that there was only one way to find out if I was saying the truth. Then he started to touch me. I resisted, but he overpowered me and said I should be quiet. While he was touching me, I felt terrible. Before I knew it, he was on top of me. I struggled and struggled, but he overpowered me. And then he had sex with me. When I woke up the next morning, I realized that there were blood stains on my bed, but everything that happened seemed like a dream. It was then I remembered that the only thing I knew vividly was that he gave me some drink. I have not seen that drink before. It was very sweet. And after taking it, I went to sleep. I usually don't sleep early, but on this day, I slept way early before the incident. From that day on, I started distancing myself from my father. I didn't know whether to tell my mother about it. I was scared. Interestingly, he never told me not to tell anyone about it or threatened me or anything like that, but from then on, I hated him with everything in me. Right now, I am confused. Although my father is no more, I still feel guilty that I did not tell anyone about it, including my husband. Sometimes when I make love to my husband, I still remember that night. What do? Do I let the sleeping dog lie and take it to my grave, or should I tell my husband about it? I don't know how he would take it. I need help. First of all, the fact that this incident from the past still affects your present, it means that you're not free from it, and you need to be free, and you need counseling. You need a therapist that you can talk to, because you can't just let a sleeping dog lie, when it comes to issues like this, because there is nothing as helpful as when we are free on the inside. And this freedom that you desire will help your relationship to grow beyond what it is right now. Because the more you bottle this up, the more it will affect even your relationship with your husband. So you need to find a way to talk to somebody, a therapist or a psychologist or whatever around your area. Find someone you can confide in and walk through the process of healing, because you need to be healed from this challenge, from this abuse that you suffered as a child. And I believe during the process, your husband will also be involved, because he needs to be aware. And if your mom is still alive, because you didn't tell us if your mom is still alive in the story, and you feel that, okay, you need to talk to her about it, I mean, you can, I believe the counselor will advise you better on what to do. You have all heard her story, and if you think you have the right, you've gone through a similar situation like this, you are reading, I mean, you've heard her story, and you feel you have a solution you can prefer for what she is going through right now, feel free to comment below, and your comments can go a long way to help Denise overcome her challenge. If you're an abuse survivor and you want to share your story with us, feel free to write in. Our email address again is thehopebase@gmail.com. And if you know someone who seriously needs to, see their stories, who seriously needs to watch their stories, don't hesitate to share it with them. You can save a soul when you do that. Till I come your way again next week, don't forget, as long as you have breath in your nostrils, you have hope. My name is God Center Bode. Have a beautiful day.